Okay, we have Tim Feagan still here with us. I guess, Tim, the official title is what again?
Vice President Market Manager for West Michigan Clear Channel Radio.
All right, we were just talking kind of off the air here for a second about the status of the insurance and how that's all going to work out and what's liability and all that stuff.
You can't make generalities because each of the circumstances are going to be different. Each of the individuals have different coverage, and as we see by the pictures, some of the cars will have no damage, some will have wet tires, and it looks like some will have significant damage. So each will be taken on an individual case and we're encouraging everyone online at B93.com, where we have all the questions and answers, that they now contact their insurance provider and start going through that process.
Now, I understand, obviously, B93 has insurance, the fairgrounds have insurance. I mean, everyone's got some kind of policy out there.
And all the circumstances are going to be different, and that's why the best place in their advocate to start is their insurance provider.
We're here with Tim Feagan on MLive.com. We're doing a Cover It Live chat. Rachel Recker is there. Hi, Rachel.
Hi, how are you doing?
Rachel was out there at Birthday Bash on Saturday. We have reporter Sue Merrill here as well. Sue, do you have any questions on the insurance or any other aspect of the Birthday Bash while you're working on the story? We'll get back to Sue.
I have a question.
Oh, okay, Rachel has a question.
Tony wants to know, is the water as high as it's going to be?
And again, I'm not a meteorologist, but apparently it did crest, and it started to recede. It was we saw the Weather Service graph of what took place that day, and the spike that took, if you take a look right at kind of that 10 a.m. time frame, right when we saw that water coming in at 11 was really kind of the zenith. And from there, the graph wasn't in inches, it was in feet. It just skyrocketed.
So, do we know the total right now?
The total feet, I don't have that off the top of my head.
I just recently checked the government graph, and it shows the National Weather Service graph, and it shows that it has peaked at 18.47 feet, and it's on its way down. And I mean, that's where it is by observations, and it was predicted to be 17.5, but it's 18.
So it went even higher than what was predicted, Tim, is what. So that I mean, let's get to this question real quick. This thing came out. It came out of the blue, but then again, it was also there were some hints about this happening, right? I mean, the fairgrounds flood.
Well,
that's nothing new.
Yeah, I mean, the flare. I think there's been some people talking that it floods 6 times, whatever, and I don't know all the statistics. The fairground always floods. It floods in the winter. And so in the course of a year, when you have ice ground, the fairgrounds is a natural flood zone. It's very unusual for this time of year because obviously the fair runs during this time of year. Different events have run for years. We've had 6 birthday bashes out at that facility for it to flood. And then at the same time, for the suddenness of the change in predictions, where we were looking at the 13.5 feet at 4:30 from the National Weather Service moving through. But boy, I think everybody, including the Lansing dams and the people in Holland and all up and down West Michigan, were surprised by the weather that took place and the changes quickly.
Alan wants to know, do you know if the cars will be towed out or will they be driven out?
We're discussing a plan to move the cars out, and right now, I think that there's some that can drive out, that are on the far end on the higher ground. But obviously some will need to be towed out, and we're working through that plan, in fact, today.
All right, we're going to field some more questions here. We're going to get this posted online. Tim, we're going to give you for a couple more seconds, so stick around, okay?
Okay.